This is Becca Salamone, the voice of Alabama Horse Talk Radio, and I'm on location out at Shelby Oaks Farm in Wilsonville, Alabama. And I'm standing here with a world-famous horseman all the way from Switzerland, Mr. Rene Gasser. Mr. Gasser, tell us how the Southern hospitality is treating you while you've been here.
Oh, it's been terrific. Everywhere we go, people are just, willing to help us, and they're so excited to see these beautiful horses. So, fantastic.
Yes, they are beautiful, and we're going to get to the horses in just a minute. But go ahead and tell us that you have organized and produced the Gala of the Royal Horses. Tell us a little bit how that came together.
Right. Well, I've been in Australia for many years, going back to Europe and Australia, and I decided to bring these beautiful horses from Europe over, and everybody just loved it so much. So we went on tour. So we toured Australia, New Zealand, Hong Kong, Singapore, and now we're here. Right
here in beautiful Alabama. And we're so lucky that you came. Now, the show is going to be November 21st at the BJCC in Birmingham, Alabama. Is that correct?
That's right, yes, 7:30. And it's going to be 1.5 to 2 hours of beautiful horses, music, lights, costumes. So we'll bring a little bit of Europe right back to your backyard.
That's awesome. And these horses are the royal horses of Europe. And tell us a little bit about the history of the horses.
Okay, absolutely. Of course, the Andalusian, Prince Philip from Spain is the patent saint of the royal horses. The Queen of Holland is the patent saint of the Frisian horses. And of course, the Lipizzaner has been in the royal family in Austria for many, many years. So we brought all those beautiful horses, and they all got their own theme. Like the Andalusian, they're going to be doing flamenco dancing. So with the dancer on board, so you not only see it, but you can actually hear the footsteps, the tap dancing with the horses. So it's beautiful.
That's great. Now, you travel with about, 20 or 30 people and maybe 15 or so horses. How do you move this entire group from place to place?
Well, when we come here, we actually fly the horses. So they fly from which destination we come from, and that goes pretty well. They all got their own passport. While we're here, we've got our own horse transporter, and we've got somebody here who organises places to stay. So, the stables are safe, and so we got training facilities. So it takes a little bit of doing.
It does, and I was going to ask you how you find the places to stay, because right now you're at a friend of mine's farm, Tom Saunders. He's a farrier, and he's my farrier actually, and that's how I got the call. But is it by word of mouth that you find a place to stay?
Word of mouth, and then we send people ahead, like I said, to look for them, and it takes a bit of while of doing, because we got so many stallions as well. So not everybody wants stallions in the backyard, but our boys, they're well behaved.
Exactly. Now, tell us about how you train some of these horses to do the airs above the ground.
Right. Well, the training it's a classical way of training. This actually goes back over 2,500 years. So the first Greek man to actually record that was called Xenophon. And he actually was the first one to actually put pen to paper and record this. So it's over 2,500 years old of what we do. Even older before that was handed down from father to son and so forth. But now we're actually doing, and we still try to keep as classical as possible, our training.
And tell us a little bit about your history and, when you first rode a horse and how you trained as a little boy.
Well, I can't even remember, because my grandparents, they were horse people, and their grandparents before them. So we go back 7 generations.
Wow.
First in the military, in the cavalry, of course. And we were lucky enough that my grandfather would hire very good people from Spain, from Austria, from Hungary, and we would be able to learn off them.
That's great. Well, I hope we get to see some of these moves in just a minute, but what are the different maneuvers that they do?
Well, we've got the famous airs above the ground, what the Lipizzaner do. They do the levade, the capriole, the messer. These are all the old movements, the war movements. But then we see lots of entertainment, horses walking on their back legs, lying down, sitting up, dancing, doing all wonderful stuff.
And so for horse lovers that, maybe they've never seen a horse before, what is the benefit of this show to them?
Well, I think to see all the royal horses under one roof, it's just amazing, and to see all these beautiful horses too. They're not just the average horse, they're like movie stars, you got their long manes and their characters too. I think they're movie stars.
They really are. And do they have, what's one of your favorite ones that you have, and tell me some of their names?
Well, we've got like Quintero, who dances flamenco on the boards, of course, is amazing. We got Havano, which I brought over from Spain. Havano is actually one of the oldest bloodlines of the Andalusians. They've been bred by monks for over 700 years. Wow. In Jerez. So it's all the history that goes with it as well. And then we try to explain that to people so they realize that this is ancient art.
So during the show, you're actually explaining some of this to them.
Absolutely. Yeah. We have the stallion parade where we start off the show and we explain the different breeds, and then we start working them and performing with them.
Awesome. So for people to get more information, where do they need to go?
That's a good question.
Your website is called?
Yes, Gala of the Royal Horses.
GalaoftheRoyalHorses.com. And does it have the ticket information on the site?
It should have everything on there, yes. On our website, Gala. You can also go to our Facebook.
Okay.
Gala of the Royal Horses Facebook.
Gala of the Royal Horses on Facebook. Well, Rene, I really appreciate you telling us all about your show and coming here and giving us a real treat in the state of Alabama.
Absolutely. You're welcome, and I can't wait to perform for you.
All right. Thank you.